So, about the seventh grade year, the end of my seventh grade year, summertime, going into the eighth grade. This is the time of year it is. I go to summer camp with my sister. My mom drops us off at the summer camp. It's a summer day camp while she goes to work. And at that summer camp, I learn how to play chess. Now, mind you, I learned how to play chess from very young kids. These guys were 5, 6, 7, 8 year olds who knew how to play chess, and they taught the likes of myself and other people who were willing to learn how to play chess. And I took a liking to chess at the time. I played when I got there, the majority of the time throughout the day. I might have played some other sports and stuff like that. But before I left, I played chess, and the majority of my time spent at that summer camp was playing chess. And chess is a game of strategy. Anybody who knows anything about chess, you have to be very strategic. You have to know what you're doing. It's not like checkers, where it's very rudimentary and there's no strategy involved, or very little strategy involved in checkers, as opposed to chess. You have to think 4, 5, 6, 7 steps ahead of the time to be a much more experienced and effective player in a game such as chess. So I say that because that's where I learned chess. Fast forward to, I'd say, before the school year started, the eighth grade year, I spend time at my grandmother's house. And she stays in a predominantly African American part of the town. And I stayed there for about a week. And this was still in summertime. So during the summertime, about a mile or two away from my grandmother's house, there's a community center. I would go to the community center for that week, and I would play basketball sometimes. And inside of the activity room, they had a game boards and all kinds of stuff. And one day I saw one of the instructors playing checkers with one of the youth, one of the kids who were playing checkers with him. And I just casually, happy-go-lucky me, being naive, walk up to the individuals playing checkers at the time. And I asked the instructor, "Hey, do you guys have a chess set?" And I'll never forget it to this day. The instructor says, "We don't play chess. That's a white man's game." At the time, I'm very taken aback by it, confused. And I sort of pushed back, challenged the man. I was like, "No, anybody could play chess. White, black, Hispanic." Again, just very naive. Guy looks at me because when he initially said it, he was just playing the game. He didn't look at me. But the second time, after I pushed back, he responded and looked at me this time and said, "We don't play that game. It's a white man's game." So, at the time, I was very confused. And it's like, and that doesn't make any sense. And I just went off to play basketball. But years later, I've always internalized that event as that guy being very short-sighted and myopic and having some type of, I guess, inferiority complex, because he thought chess was probably too involved. It required strategy. It required you to think. So he looked at chess, I feel, as a game superior to checkers. Didn't want to take the time to learn it, because he just said, "Nah, we don't have chess." But to kind of racialize it and say it's a white man's game, like, what are you suggesting? This was an instructor. He has the ability to leave an indelible impression upon the youth, the other kids there. And that's very detrimental to the upbringing to the kids. It's terrible to say something like that. It's almost handicapping the kids, saying oh, you're not smart enough. Don't challenge yourself. Don't be an individual who's explorative, willing to learn more, willing to, I guess, think outside and step outside the box. That's how I've internalized it. And to me, I always revert back to it as like a cautionary tale, because I don't ever want to grow up to be like that guy. Think about it. How many times has he allowed his inferiority to prevent him from learning something that would have been beneficial to him? And particularly, let me speak to young black people. Don't allow people to make you feel like you can't learn new things, experience new things. That is a part of development, cultivating certain skill set to allow you to function as a highly efficient individual out here in this world. So I've always thought about that. Wanted to share that with you. So that's what I got out of what I learned to play chess. Hopefully I'll play some more later on down the line. I want to get back into playing it. I just don't have the time right now, but I will eventually, hopefully. And as always, thank you for checking in with me, and I appreciate you. Be safe. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Peace.